practice, practice, practice is all we ever hear about professional golfers doing, but there's a little bit of warming up that's involved as well. So I've come down to one of the driving ranges at the Saadiyat Beach Golf Club in Abu Dhabi to meet one of the most up-and-coming, loveliest men on the European Tour. In fact, he's not up-and-coming, he has already arrived. It's Matteo Manassero. 4 wins in 4 years. You've achieved so much already, Matteo. We're going to chat a little bit here while we're with you on the driving range, but let's pretend you've just arrived. You've got a tee time in about an hour.
I will get to the course, I would say an hour and 40 minutes, something like that before. I generally practice for like 20 minutes, not for a long time, but 20 minutes is plenty. I mean, it's quite a bit of time actually of hitting balls. And I always start with a 52. Like now I'm already quite warm, so I can start hitting full shots. And I generally start with just like let's say half of 52 or 3/4 52s to warm up the body, and I'm not really paying much attention on how far they go. I'm just warming up. I mean, this is something I suggest to everybody, to not get influenced at all on how the warm-up goes. I mean, I start hitting full shots with a 52 first of all.
So when you first pick up the 52, you're doing more of a half to 3/4 swing.
Yeah, those are the first shots I do, and then when I'm not saying fully warm, but I've hit some good full 52s, I pick up the actual clubs and I start hitting full shots. You know, I start checking into distances right at the end. Like if let's say the first hole, or some holes that we don't really like, or a par 3 or something, we obviously have the pins already before the tournament, before the round, so we can figure out how much we have to a certain pin, or how much we are probably gonna have to a certain pin. So those are things that we need to obviously warm up here before we're gonna be able to go out. We've got perfect balls to warm up with, and they're all similar. So if we can recreate the same conditions, then we would be able to get on that tee knowing already what it should be.
Right, okay, so you're trying to recreate the same conditions here that you're going to be experiencing on the golf course in just half an hour's time or so. And I just want to try and whiz through your warm-up routine.
After that it's going to be...
Where do you jump next?
Most probably 6.
Okay.
I either do 7 and 5 or 6 and 4, but probably 6 and 4.
Any reason? Does it depend?
Depends on the mood. Depends on the mood.
Is it now? I want to ask something else about the swing thought as you step over the ball.
Yeah.
A lot of amateur golfers struggle with trying to keep one swing thought and not think about everything in their head that they're trying to do. How do you try and channel your thoughts?
In my case, usually, but this could just be my case, when I feel a really good grip and when I feel like I'm setting on the ball one piece, that's the time in which my arms get as independent as possible, and that's the time in which I put a good rhythm on.
What comes next?
One of the 2 rescues I've got in the bag. Doesn't matter which one. I usually hit a couple off the ground, some off the tee too, like courses like last week. I was hitting more rescues than drivers off the tee. So that's something you want to warm up to. I mean, it's pretty similar, hitting a rescue from the ground and from the tee. The tee is very low anyway, so it doesn't make much difference. But I still warm it up that way. So,
Matteo, you're well known to have had 4 wins in your 4 years on tour. We're entering a new year, a new season, new clubs. How many wins are you aiming for this year?
I hope to keep the same streak and have another one. That will do me, absolutely. You know, it's never easy. We all know how difficult it is, but it could have been a change that was gonna take me a while, so was gonna let's say throw away a part of the season. But the way I started, I think I'm in good shape, so I could honestly can compete any week. So we'll see. I've got a full season ahead of me and probably 27 events or something like that. So I'm aiming to do like last year and to do like the past years. So if I can get a 1 win, and we'll see in the Ryder Cup standings what's gonna happen. You know, we just have to wait and see.
It's the big
I
year.
have to play well.
A lot of us are hoping to see you, as I know you indeed are in the Ryder Cup team. That would be mega. I'm not going to go on about it too much because we're still at the start of the year and we can't let Ryder Cup-itis take over all of us just yet. So one more with the rescue. Then I imagine you move on to the woods. Do you hit, what have you got in your bag? Just a 3-wood? No 5?
It's a 3-wood, yeah.
So do you hit a 3 and a driver, or do you sometimes
I hit some 3s off the tee usually.
Well, you won't lose that shaft, will you? It's nice and bright. And is it, I've heard a lot of golfers say when they're finishing their warm-up routine, they try and finish on the club they're going to hit on the first tee.
Yeah,
of course, a lot of the time that is the driver.
So yeah,
the
tendency is to end up with the driver, and if it's not a driver, the first one we hit, just hit one with the first one that we were with the one on the off the first tee. Yeah, so just move back for one shot.
Okay.
Especially if as we were saying before, the tee shot on the first is a tee shot that you don't particularly like. I suggest to do it, to just get a little comfortable with it. So might take a bit of pressure off the first tee.
Yeah. Okay. They've all been absolutely perfect. From what I can see anyway. You're an absolute star, a true gentleman. Thank you so much. Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
See you again soon.
Thank you.